And we're back with Tea Time Disc Golf with coverage of the Virginia Team Invitational at the beautiful course Hawk Hollow. And we're excited to see some great action here. Devin, Frederick with me again to go ahead and do some commentary on what is set up to be some really good matches with some really exciting players. So welcome, Devin.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, we're here on a beautiful weekend. Getting ready for the 2 seeds to go at it here in our match 3.
We've got the man, Zach Melton.
And he's going against Matt Hammersten. So
Team Lakefront is who Zach Melton's playing for, and Nova is Matt Hammersten. And we've got one of my personal favorites, Jeb Bryant, from Smith family.
And Zach Shiley playing for the Spotsy team.
So these guys can really throw. So this should be exciting to watch them play these holes. We're starting off on hole 12, which is immediate danger when you step on this tee box. That's what you think of. You've got OB left over a fence, and you've got a creek running on the right-hand side. So it takes a really good shot to get started on this hole.
Yeah, we have 2 veterans going against 2 newcomers. I think Zach Melton's been here for, this is his 7th year against Matt Hammersten's 2nd year, and Jeb Bryant's been coming out to this event for 11 years now, going against Zach Shiley, who also has only been here for his 2nd year. So see if the veterans can pull this one out. Yeah,
I feel like I'm seeing Jeb for over a decade now. Here and there we run into each other every year. He's definitely one of my favorites. But we got hole 12, which is a tough hole. You got OB left. You've got a creek on the right-hand side that is OB2. Zach trying to go over the creek and ends up in the water.
Then we got Matt Hammersten. He's going, looks like a mid-range of some sort.
And
that's OB.
OB left. And this is Jeb here, and veteran play, probably trying to throw a rock right up the middle. And
yeah, I play this one for a placement, just trying to get bottom of the hill and looking up the mouth.
Yeah, he was flirting a little bit, but definitely a good result.
Zach with a forehand. Something stable,
but he ends
that's
up
the danger
too.
with that, skipping into the OB.
Yeah, for Matt, I'm sure he's slapping himself for throwing that out of bounds after watching Zach go in the OB. That's when you just throw a putter up the middle. And he's got to make a good effort at it, but
fight and throw.
Yeah,
he'll be in the fairway, looking to get up and down.
Not a forgiving green. Certainly easy to roll away. We'll see what Zach can do here.
That's a great shot.
Mm-hmm. Any of the barbed wire that these guys get near, it's a mandatory 2 meters off of that barbed wire just to make sure nobody gets hurt.
Nice forehand approach out of
Very
Zach.
nice.
Oh, come on. And here you're seeing the danger of this green.
Sure. All right, it stayed up there. Well, oh, wow.
I have seen him roll all the way back down to the water.
Uh-huh.
Jeb's got a tricky little hyzer here. A lot of low branches going up the hill.
Yeah, great shot. Oh, what a great putt by Zach. Great way to start the round. Yeah, look at that. And getting that the right height to go in and just perfect. Perfect. Right in the middle of the
power
heart.
Going up the hill. Matt from about the same spot.
Yeah, this is to push the hole, so. Yeah, so Zach picks up one there early.
And there you can see the danger again.
Yeah.
But he has no need to finish that out.
And there's Jeb tapping his birdie in there. That was a great way to play the hole. A little bit tight off the drive, but a good result off that hill, and allowed him to get up and down easy. So.
Yep. And here we go on to hole 11 or 13.
Yep.
My bad. Short little downhiller. Technical though. There's a creek 30 feet behind it. Downhill, very tight, so you want to put a little bit of snap on it to keep it going straight, but then it's easy to go long.
This hole will stress you out, that's for sure. You know, just it seems like such an easy shot, and you just want to get it every time, and sometimes you don't.
It's easy to four too.
Mm-hmm.
You can see off the fairway is pretty thick. Jeb going with some kind of AVR, I'm guessing.
Yeah, good hit there, I bet. That looked like it was going to continue flying. It's easy to get to that water back there.
And yeah, he'll have a look from there, probably 40 feet or so.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that all these guys are throwing putters down here. And that was a great shot. That's all you want to do. Throw it to the ground 20 feet short.
Absolutely
and let it slide up.
It's amazing how easy it is to mess that up. But, you know, Zach just showed you exactly how to do it. All right. Melton putting one down there. Should be just at circle's edge inside, probably 25 feet.
Yeah, very makeable putt.
I forced myself to stand still and throw the shot, though.
It's within reach of that, and you're taking a lot of factors out of play with your footwork.
Right.
That was another great shot.
Yeah.
So all these guys are looking to pick up their birdie. We got Jeb from about 40. I think he was a little closer than I thought.
Yeah, just a little bit. He was probably circle's edge, somewhere right in there. Here's Melton. And yeah, he's not going to miss that. Melton gets two, slow motion shots back to back.
Showing off that straddle putt.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good putt by Matt.
Yeah. I feel like in match play, it almost takes the pressure off to be around the circle putting, because you just know you have to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when the other guy's inside you and you're putting first. You have to make that putt.
Yeah, you're not afraid to be aggressive.
No, that's why. You're going to see some good putts. You're going to see people be aggressive, and so that's the fun part of match play. All right, so Zach ended up getting one there on Jeb.
So they're all square now.
They're all square. Melton is still beating Matt. And we go on to hole 14. And hole 14 is an interesting hole. You got to split a gap right in front of you with water and OB right there. But it's pretty easy to hit that. You just don't want to end up too far left off the tee here.
Yeah, there's OB left, barbed wire fence. OB long, too, with a barbed wire fence. Yeah. And that's only
second
15,
shot
20
problems.
Feet.
For most people.
Yeah, I played with Corey Ellis, who, for the first time, I've seen someone put it OB long.
Yeah, I've watched some people crush into those woods, and it's a monster shot.
That's a good crush by Melton. Mm-hmm. I'll give him a 35, 40 footer probably.
Yeah. I don't know, in today's world...
we got that OB right behind this one, too.
In today's world, though, 435 feet is babyish for some of these guys that are out there throwing, so...
Yeah. It's reachable by some, but...
Mm-hmm.
Long putts for most of us. Here's Matt. It's a nice line.
Yeah. You don't mind being low on this fairway. You just don't want to be too low. You have a good line into the basket if you're down in that flat area.
Yeah, you're better off. as a right-handed player, hyzering off down to the
Sure.
flat, I think.
If you get up top
you
up there, you got to throw a flick through a tight gap to get to the basket, no matter what, you know. Yeah, Zach threw a good shot there. That's going to end up in that flat. He'll have a nice little approach up to the basket. Let's see what Jeb can do here. I've seen some good rollers on this hole, too. People roll it right into that hill and let it go right into those woods.
Yeah, as a right-handed player, that hill sets up nice for the roller. If it wasn't for hitting that gap off the start, I'd probably go for it. Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Off by a fraction.
Oh, my God. That looked so good the whole way. Unreal. These guys are making this look like, you know, it's so easy.
The OB's not even back there. We're just running
Yeah,
it.
I mean, literally there is OB 15 feet behind the basket back there with barbed wire, that if you do go long and skip over there, it's so easy to go OB.
He's probably going to get to bring that in, being that there's 2 meters off the barbed wire, too. I bet he gets a little relief.
Jeb and Matt just played that so aggressive, though. All right.
So, with Zach missing that, Jeb picks up a point there. Yeah, right. I actually thought he was a little closer after hitting the basket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
But it's still a gimme.
Yeah, so we've got, I mean, if you look around, it's obvious that we're out on an absolutely beautiful private farm at Hawk Hollow. John Bisco's family is nice enough to let the event take place every single year there. And it's just an awesome place to be, man. It's very picturesque, and typically there are cows all over the place. But what a wonderful setting for some really big arm shots, and this is exactly what you're going to see. These letter holes out here are part of where the cows usually are, but they're just beautiful big open shots, and some OB and some difficulty, but this is a shorter of the par threes that you're going to play right going into these holes.
Yep. Mid-range hyzer for most righty backhands, but yeah, this one's a tough one. It's set right on the hill just right where you land too short, you're looking at a death putt, and if you land it by the basket, you can go 30, 40 feet skipping down the hill. So
yeah, and
it's a small landing area.
And if you try to play it a little safe, like just happened there with Jeb, he's short and in the stuff. And
you
really
don't have a
tough.
look. And it's downhill death putt.
It's a fast green. So
you're laying up most of the time from there.
Yeah. Now you can run it from where he is, where Zach just ended up.
He's
definitely,
closer to
you're
pin
kind
high.
of right. So it's less treacherous. If you're short at all, you're definitely putting down that slope.
Now we got the lefty forehand. It's probably a felon out of Melton. Little slip. Yep. And got a good skip down.
Yeah, he'll be putting uphill a little bit at it, so that's definitely on the safer side.
So Matt wants to get it close.
It looks like a stable mid-range that he's throwing there. Looks like a really good shot. And here's Jeb's approach shot was really good. Looks like he's got a line to get to the basket, though. Oh, yeah.
Looked like it was just a little bit uphill.
Yep.
And had a hyzer it a little bit around that bush, maybe.
Here's Zach.
Oh, man. Just dancing on the rim.
Absolute heartbreaker. That was horrible. Good putt from
cleanup.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker, though. I mean, that's a 50-50 chance that that's going to fall the other way.
Zach a little impatient.
Yeah.
Just get it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we kind of get into the holes where you can let loose. You know, I mean, you're throwing full power on the next 2 drives at least. 2 holes at least.
Yeah, 2 holes.
So, you know, you can get the 2 on this. You know, these guys have the power to get up that hill if you can split the pine trees the right way. But this is where things get a little bit more difficult. So you kind of see some separation. This is where you always see a lot of movement going back and forth. So we'll see what happens. And this doesn't set up very well for a lefty backhand.
No, but not at all. Because, you're trying to fade to the left around the pine you see straight out there.
Mm-hmm.
You can try to go to the left of it. There's another pine to the left of it. You want to sneak under them or try and stall it out to the right and drop it into the basket.
Yeah, I mean, a big right-hand backhand player can go around that pine and do the shot that they want to do there.
Matt sawed it off a little bit, and he's probably not going to have much other than a forehand roller from there.
Yeah, you got to do something sneaky underneath that tree to get to the basket.
I would imagine Zach's trying to get to the top of the hill and just have a long putt.
Mm-hmm.
He might be trying to split the trees.
He pulled it a little bit, though. Yeah, he got caught up. And that's not going to be fun from there. I mean, the safe play is to keep it outright. I mean, you're going to have an easy approach.
Play. I try and get it high and stall around that pine tree.
Yeah,
that way, if I do mess up, it's usually still out in the open for the easy up and down.
That's a really good shot. That's a nice safe, and he's just dumping a putter right to the basket
50, 60 feet, just pitching up. See, Zach's got a low ceiling trying to skip it up there.
That was a really good shot, though. Yeah, that was a great shot. Even where Jeb is, you're okay. You know, it's easy to lay a putter up underneath the basket.
Yeah, you're not throwing it hard, so it's coming in soft. And
he's going to have to make a little putt.
It is a little hard to judge it if you are back a little bit because you can't see the pole.
Yeah, exactly what you said. Forehand roller to get underneath that stuff, and
now it's got to
sit down. That was really good too.
Went from really good to really bad. He might not have anything. Yeah, he went deep into there.
Yeah. Now he's gonna beam something at the chains, I bet. Oh,
tried to.
Yeah.
I think he had to make it.
So Zach took that hole with some unfortunate. That roller was nice. You know, it could have sat down, but it decided to go back down the hill. Important putt here for Jeb.
It was a solid hit.
Yeah.
Confident.
Good follow through.
Dead center.
Yeah, right in the center of the chains.
This is a tricky little putt. Not much of a ceiling there. He's probably going to have to throw it harder than he'd normally.
Yeah. Watching Jeb hit that putt right before you, though, I mean, there is nothing to lose at that point.
Yeah,
you got to get it over the basket. There. Yep. So Jeb's still leading and Melton's still leading here as we move into one of the most treacherous holes on the course with OB right. You've got OB fence left if you do get too far down there. It's, man, there were some twos out there. I know I heard of some twos out there, and that's just
definitely
insane.
Reachable with a big arm. Yeah. But the OB wraps around the basket pretty tight, too. It's only 20, 30 feet behind the basket after this fence line runs straight down.
Yeah, you've got an electric fence down there that's for the cattle, and it is live, so I know a couple people were playing with it.
And, yeah, that's a great play. Just not Not biting off a whole lot, keeping it in the open.
Nice easy
hyzer. Take your 3.
Yeah. You can go putter hyzer from where he is, and
especially in the match play, just put some pressure on your opponent to keep it in bounds. And
yeah.
Zach swinging it out wide, just no skip. It's not too bad.
That'll be okay. Just these fairways are cut out so nice. They're just so perfect. They're just naturally set up. Let's throw a tee pad down. We got a basket in the hole, and let's play some golf. There is no. It's just a natural setting. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a great piece of property for disc golf.
Yeah.
Between the elevation and just the space that he has.
There's Matt. Looks like he's leaking it a little bit too far to the left.
He might be playing. What is that? G's fairway.
Yeah, or playing it for 4, or laying up and trying to get back out into the fairway and hoping that something happens. But Jeb had a reasonably easy hyzer shot that he puts right up there. So here's Matt.
Got Zach from 120.
Yeah, this is Zach and Matt here, watching Matt do what he just did. And Zach goes out of bounds. Unbelievable.
That green is tight because you saw that off and you hit the pine or cedar on the corner.
Yeah.
And you're looking at a 30-footer.
This is an easy way to go out of bounds, too, is to throw a flick roller right out of bounds. So nobody wants to win this hole right now.
Yeah, they're battling out with the bad shots here.
All right, let's see who takes it. Oh, there we go. And that was with an OB stroke, so we'll have to see what the score was. I don't know.
Jeb to put the pressure on Jeb to make his short putt, probably.
Okay, all right. So Jeb ends up missing that putt and losing the hole, unfortunately. But we move on to hole G. Hole G is a tight fairway that goes out. You've got the OB fence on the right-hand side, pretty open to the left. If you make it out to that other barbed wire fence, then you can reach the OB over there. But it's a placement shot. I mean, you've got to throw a controlled shot to the middle of this fairway and then make sure you're in position.
A tunnel shot for your second, and you need to be in position to be able to get up that tunnel to get to the basket. So
throwing too hard can be a problem on this hole.
This should skip down nice for Zach.
That's a little bit too far inside, but he should be okay.
Be able to
still.
forehand out there. He's close enough to the mouth.
Yeah, I played. John Gregory threw a rock right up the middle and walked away and said, "Yep, that's how you play this hole." That looked pretty good from Matt. It should stay right there.
A little tight to the right side, but once again, it's really good. Jeb will be right in the middle, a little shorter than the rest, but he'll still have a line.
Jeb put himself in position to be able to throw a hyzer shot up the middle, where if you're snuck on that right side, the hyzer shot is a little bit harder to do.
Getting a little tricky.
With Zach being lefty, that right side is good for him because now he can actually hit that gap with a hyzer shot if he wants to. So, I think Zach played it well, and Jeb is, if you look at that, he's in great position.
Dead center.
Yeah. Play the slope, put some angle on it, and let it just scoot up there. It's going to be a long putt.
Yeah, long uphill putt, 40 feet or so. And he might have to go with a low skip shot.
That's okay, though. I don't mind being where he is right now.
No, yeah,
I think
you're
it's
far
just a
enough away from the
controlled
gap. Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
nice
just
little
a
skipper
nice
right
skip
up there.
shot right up to the basket. Perfect.
a little patent pending.
Yeah. I feel like you just lose a little bit of control when you do that. You know, I mean, it sets you off just a little bit. I only do that if I have to. And Zach with a great flick shot.
Right there for a tap in.
Very nice.
Putting the pressure on him to make this.
Yeah, he tried.
He did.
So Zach's going to win another hole here. Let's see if Jeb can save this.
Ooh.
Oh, he tried. Yeah, because Zach's going to take this hole too. Zach and Zach are right there for the wins on this one. So
we'll let these guys clean up real quick, and we'll be moving on to letter H, the Corral hole. It's one of the signature holes out here. You're going to have OB on the left side, throwing over a slight valley into a boxed corral, where long of the corral is also OB.
When it's windy, this hole sucks.
It does. There's one tree in the middle of the fairway, and you kind of got to make your choice of if you're going to try and flirt with the OB a little bit and go to the left of it for some good distance.
It's such a fun hole to throw. It's such a fun hole to throw because you can be lefty, righty. It doesn't make any difference. You can go around that tree. You can go up the middle. But that OB on the left-hand side is treacherous. If the wind is blowing, you always kind of feel like it's coming into play. And Zach electing to go with the flick shot and hits the tree.
That's still not terrible there. I mean, you're in an open field and
a little I mean, a little bit further away than you want to be. I mean, you're still throwing a spike high.
It's not ideal, but
you can lose control the farther back you get from this thing. You want to be halfway up that hill almost, and just being able to throw a stable mid-range right up to the basket.
And there's Jeb once again just throwing the placement shot.
Yep.
And you can tell that's kind of what he wants. He's going to throw the same shot twice, probably. He's going to the same power.
As a lefty with no wind, I would expect Zach to want to crush this thing. Yeah, that's a good-looking shot.
He ripped on it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's one of his enforcers.
Yeah, I mean, he's halfway up the hill. He's exactly where...
Or, excuse me, explorer. I think that's what those are.
And here's Matt. Yeah, great looking shot. Throwing something that it just has some nice turn. And he got halfway up that hill too. So those guys are looking at easy hyzer putter shots right up to the basket. And these guys have to step up to a stable Firebird or whatever they're going to throw here. And hope it doesn't skip out of bounds on the left side.
And the fence rails run through the middle of that box too.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times you hit that center rail of
Zach
and end up on the wrong side and have to pitch over the fence.
Zach knew that wasn't good when he let go of it. It was well short, and Jeb has put himself right in
the fences. They don't make putting easy.
No. That's going to be extremely difficult.
Zach almost has to hang his over the OB almost.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
Very easy.
He was up there far enough to make that pretty simple. Yep. Same with Matt.
And he put some pop on that. That's a good shot too. I mean, that should be an easy putt for the birdie. And Zach has to... Well, they both have difficult putts here. So whoever puts this
Jeb was in the fence too.
Yeah.
That was a good bid.
All right, so Jeb has a chance to pull something off here.
Jeb's pretty tall. He has an easier time of that than I would.
Sure.
Matt's in. I think everybody else is just cleaning up.
Oh, Zach just missed a shorty.
Wow. I think that was to win the hole. You can't just let him slip away like that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so they end up pushing the hole there instead of winning that hole. So we now move on.
Hole 15.
Hole
We're back to
15,
the
yeah.
numbers again.
Back to the original course. Now,
And this is another fun hole. I love this hole.
This is a gorgeous hole. It's a placement shot off the tee again. You can't leak it to the right because you can't find
it's
the OB
actually
water.
a small placement window to have
Really
a really good look at getting down the next tunnel, downhill tunnel.
The
to
closer
basket.
you are to the barbed wire fence up there to the left, the better your second shot's going to be as a right-handed player. If you leak it down to the right-hand side down below, then you're in trouble. You're going to have a tough second shot to get to the basket.
Where he's leaking to, you get yourself pinched up on the corner.
It's
and
next to impossible to get to the
lane
pin.
Shortcut to this basket.
Yeah, you've got to stay up and left here in order to get that line.
He's doing the same thing. Then that's happens a lot. The righties are trying to throw real hard, get it all the way to that gap, and
avoid the OB
they
fence
tend
on the
to
left
flip
and
up a
pull it.
little and pull it.
Sure. Now Zach might be going over the OB.
Yeah, as a
which this
lefty,
should
I
be
mean, he
interesting.
pretty much has to.
I mean, you could possibly throw a roller here.
Yeah, it would be a good option. I don't see Zach throw many rollers. I don't know if I've ever seen Zach throw a roller.
He says I'll just rip it over the OB.
Yeah, that's no problem for him. And that's a good position there.
Yeah, he's high enough on the hill that he should be able to get down that gap.
But yeah, the downhill and the creek is 6 feet from the basket.
Look,
so getting to
when John designed this hole, John designed it to say, I'm going to make you think every shot that you throw before you get to the basket. And then even when you're 15 feet away from the basket, you're still thinking the entire time. There's literally water right over the edge of the back of the basket. But it's a gorgeous hole. Zach didn't get that in the air. You've got a lot of stuff in the fairway coming down that hill. So he's going to have a little work to do.
Yeah, technical little pitch up. Should be easy work for him. We got Matt trying to turn one and then have it glide.
Yep.
He's got it turned, but is it going to break out and glide? Long look.
A long look. As a righty, your putt is going to be fading away from that water, which is good.
Yeah, you can be a little more aggressive.
Yep. Jeb threw it into the hillside there.
Yeah, low ceiling right there at his release point. Hard to keep it up. Depending where you are over there, you can sometimes throw a hyzer over the creek.
And
he
I don't
ended up
know
in
if
there
he's
anyway.
safe. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it hit the water, but it looked like he was OB. So Jeb having to do a little bit of work here to get up and down. A lot of garbage in the way. Yeah, and
that's it.
And he throws it right in the water. I'm losing track with these guys on who's
I would,
who's doing what.
especially after Zach. Maybe he didn't go in the water.
But where that bendy tree is there, that's where you're leaving yourself your 10 to 15 foot putt. And
Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to get to on my second shot.
All right, so see what I mean? As a right-handed player, you can avoid the water and be aggressive. Jeb should be able to put this in here.
What? Does he have them little cedars right in his way?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Right around it.
Oh, God, if that had gone OB.
I think he was just playing around. I don't think...
Probably.
I think it was already conceded hole.
That's one of John's rules, is that you are allowed to throw putts after the hole. You're allowed to practice and do that kind of stuff. I mean, he does match play a lot like the PGA rules do, where the guys are allowed to putt on the green after they're done with the hole. And
as long as you're not interfering with another group, where you can practice and play however you want.
This is John's tournament, and he certainly makes the rules. And God, it's fun, you know. So we've got Jeb, who is winning right now. And we have Melton, who is winning as well. So those guys are kind of taking control of the match at this point.
The other guys got to get on the ball if they want to have a chance.
And this whole eye is an easy uphill.
I wouldn't call it easy.
It's not an easy
it's
uphill.
Tight, but it's one that you're looking.
You
want to put the pressure on if you're up first.
Yeah, you got to throw a putter up the hill and put it next to the basket. I mean, it's 210 feet straight up this hill. It's easy to go OB. There's no doubt you can clip something and go OB, but yeah, I mean, there you go. He's 12 feet to the left of the pin.
Lefty probably has a little easier time. The basket does sit right side of the fairway, so as the right-handed player, you tend to trickle down a little.
And Matt got up there, though. I mean, he definitely did not take the traditional route and ended up right next to Zach, so that was fortunate. Here we go. Jeb's going to show a local play.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. He put that
almost right under the basket.
Yeah. That was crazy. Here it comes, yeah. At that point, he knew at that point that those guys were right up there next to the basket. I mean, Jeb put it right behind the basket, so he had to do everything he could to make it in the basket there. Good putt by Zach. Yep. There we go. All right, so those guys will push the hole. Jeb's going to win this hole with Zach going OB all over the place here. And then we move to hole 16. Zach wins this match. And Jeb won the hole here. So we've got Jeb has Zach Dormy at this point, which means that Zach has to win this hole, otherwise he is done.
Yeah, this is a tough hole. You can get there and get the birdie, but it's a turnover, floats down off a hill, and it's a tight gap.
This is one of the most brutal holes on the course.
Any kicks, you're up on a ridge, so a kick to the left puts you way down a hill. Yeah. Then you're contending with an OB creek from down in that area, too, to get over to the basket.
Good amount of danger to the left-hand side. So you really want to throw a controlled shot and just have it turn ever so slightly like Jeb just did.
That was great. And that's the one thing about this hole is you can throw some beautiful-looking shots, but there's a lot of trees to contend with down this fairway.
Yeah, and as you can see, though, he's going to be safe. He's going to have an opportunity to get up and down.
Yeah, this isn't just a hole that's going to give you anything.
Right. And Zach not happy with that, but he's right side. He's going to have a chance to...
He needs to get this close to put pressure on Jeb.
Sure. And he's going to be putting.
Yeah, probably slightly outside the circle. It's definitely giving himself a chance.
Yeah, he's probably 45 feet away, but he's got a putt at it. And I don't know if Jeb went out of bounds.
all the way down to the water?
Very easily could have gone out of bounds there. And what a great upshot, though. So an absolute make here for Zach.
Just came up a little short.
Yeah. And that's the match. So we've got Jeb winning. We've got Melton winning. Those guys are representing well for their teams. Yeah, we really appreciate everybody and John Bisco and everything that he's doing to run the tournament. And we've had a great time. Every year we have a great time out here. So thank you, Devin, for your commentary.
Thanks for having us, and we'll be coming back to you again for match 5, I believe, which will be back to the 1 seeds. Myself versus Miller.
And then Fish versus Peckham, right?
Yeah, so that should be some good action there. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon.